Hey everybody, it's Veronica. So this video is going to be about how to edit your teacher newsletter page and add in some different widgets and add-ons to make your page look like you want it to look. So the first step is to navigate in your browser to the JSA 4th grade page and making sure that you are looking at the edit menu, so that the edit menu is over here on the right side, and it gives you all of the options of the different pages that are part of the website. So now that I've selected my page or a copy of my page for the purpose of this video, I can now insert different things. So if I go to the Insert tab, here at the top, these are my basic widgets. So I've got a text box, which is just words, images, Google Drive link, and then embed. I don't know what embed means, so I usually don't use that one. I stick to the three main over here. And the first thing that I need to decide is, what do I want the layout of my page to look like? If I want to include both pictures and words, I can choose from any of these layouts, or if I just want to include pictures, I can choose this layout here. Right now, I don't really want to add in a lot of pictures on my site, so I'm going to stick with just words. And so I'm going to click text box right here, so that way it'll let me type on my home page. So the first thing that pops up when I click on the text box is this little number here. And so this allows me to change the type of text, the orientation, if I want to add a list, if I want to add in a link, or if I want to strike through my font or use it for coding. So there's a lot of options there. I don't really want to do anything right now other than just paste in some text that I've already decided that I want to share with my class. So this is my little letter. And so you can see that this entire text box is normal text. So if I want to change what my text looks like, I just highlight the text that I want to change, and I can move it. I can use the drop-down list to change it to the title, which is the largest option, heading, which is the second largest, subheading, which actually changes the color. You can see that it's blue. Or it can be the smallest version possible. Can't really see the small version, so I'm going to go back to subheading because I kind of like the idea of changing the color of the font of my name. And so you'll notice that the font here, the color matches the color that's my underline of my name. So if I want to change that underline color, I can come over here to my edit menu and I can click themes. So the theme that this entire website is currently using is impression. So you can choose to have it be red, you can be yellow, green, bluish gray, brown, or black. And then you can actually even change it to be something even more specific to what you like. So I kind of like yellow is my favorite color. So I'm going to choose maybe a happy yellow color. Yeah, that looks great. And then if I want to change my font style, I can even use this drop-down box here. Because there's only 3 options in this theme, I have to choose one of them. If I want to change the theme completely, I don't like that one. Let's go back to capital. What did I have before? Narrow? Oh yeah, narrow. I like narrow. So if I wanted to change the theme completely, my understanding is that it'll just change the theme of this page. So maybe I wanted to do something a little bit more proper. This looks a little bit more formal here. So I have a whole different color palette to work from, which changes the font that is the subheading as well as my box at the top. I don't really like this theme, so I'm going to go back to what I had before because I kind of like the happy yellow color. That's me. But like I said, you can play around with this, the different colors, the different fonts to make it your own. So now that I've figured out my color scheme, I can go back and insert some fun things. So underneath the layouts part of my edit menu is where all of the fun things are. So we've got a lot of options here: a button, a divider, YouTube, calendar, map, documents, slides, sheets, and charts. Anything that you can make using the Google Drive, you can link it here on your website. So for right now, what I want to do is I'm going to upload an image carousel because I have some pictures from my kids that I want to include on the website for everyone to see what they're doing during distance learning. So I'm going to choose image carousel, and then I'm going to choose the plus sign because this will let me upload pictures from my computer. So I save them to my desktop right here, so that way I can upload them all at once. And I just click open, and it will upload all 4 of those pictures. And then whenever all 4 are uploaded, I can edit each picture. So I can add a caption, an alternate I can add alternate text. So alternate text is what screen readers will see. So if we have someone trying to access the website that is using a screen reader that reads things out loud, this alternate text will tell them what is in the picture. So this is a picture of Celine playing outside. So I'm going to include that as my alternate text. And then I can go back and make an alternate text or a caption for each of my pictures that I've included. I'll only do 2 right now, and then when I'm done, I push insert. So let's see how this looks. Sometimes it looks really good, sometimes it doesn't. All right, there we go, okay. So I can see that some of the pictures maybe got a little bit cut off, but I'm gonna click on this settings here to just play around with the order. So I can move this picture up to the front. Maybe I want to separate the 2 pictures that are from the same student so that way it's not overwhelming. Or if I want to go back and delete or edit my caption again, I can do that still. So I'm going to update. Oh, and there we go. We changed the cover photo. So now that I've included my image carousel on the website, I kind of want to see what it looks like when someone was to log on. That wasn't me. So in order to preview the website, I'm going to go up here to this square. It's a computer screen and a little tiny phone, and it says preview. When I hover over it and when I click, it shows me a preview of what my website will look like when it goes live, when it's published. Or it should. There we go. So let's see, I have my letter, looks good. Okay, great. And then underneath, okay, so I see that the picture is a little bit blurry, but that picture turned out great. That picture was blurry when they sent it to me, so that one looks exactly the same. And then that one also maybe a little blurry, but it looks pretty okay. So then I can see that I need to go back and I need to change the picture that I uploaded so that way it's not blurry like that. Because when the parents sent it to me, it was very clear. So I'm going to use this, I'm going to go back down here to the right side and I'm going to click the X so that way I can exit the preview and go back to my edit menu. And then once I'm back here, I can go back and add in anything else that I want to have on my website. So let's say I want to add in like a little bit of an announcement. So that way I can, if I have like a daily announcement over here right next to my image carousel. So, let me go back and do that again. So I want to add a text box because I want to type some more words. So I click text box. And then as you can see, it started out the same width as my first text box. I don't want my text box to be that big. So I'm going to use these blue dots on the side to make it smaller. So I'm going to move it until it's as wide as I want. And you can see the grid behind it. And so now I see that it's still above the picture carousel. I want it to be next to the picture carousel. So I'm going to select the text box again. And whenever I see the crosshairs right there, you see how my cursor is like a edit and then it turns into crosshairs. As soon as I get the crosshairs, I'm going to click and drag. So I can drag this text box down so that way it's even with my image carousel. I can even move it up if I wanted it to be even with my letter. If I wanted to have 2 columns of text or if I wanted to have something else on this side, I can do that as well. I want it to be next to the image carousel, so I'm going to move it down again so that way it is next to the pictures. And this could be where I type something about welcome to distance learning. I keep calling it quarantine. That's probably very scary for the kids. And because I want the text to be kind of big, maybe I'm going to click the title, and then we'll just see how that looks. You can make it a little bit bigger, and then I can look at my website up and down. So this is just an introduction to the different types of widgets that you can add and how you move them around. So if I ever have something, I actually forgot something. So if I ever have text or a picture that I want to stand out, I can actually change the background. So I've selected this title text here, Welcome to Distance Learning, and I want to kind of make it stand out so that way the background is white, but I want this to be something different. So if I go over here to the little paint palette, you can see that there's different emphasis. So I can change it to be a little bit gray, or I can change it to be yellow, which would be a lot, or I can change it to be a picture back behind if I wanted to have a background picture. I think yellow is a lot. So I'm going to push the emphasis, the second emphasis, so that way it's a little bit more neutral. And then when I go preview my website, I can see the difference between the gray and the white background when it loads. Here we go. So you can see just a slight difference between the letter and the title and the pictures. So you can see that's just a little bit there just to kind of break up the page, make it easier for people to look at. And I can go back to my edit menu and I can change things again. So you'll notice that the background options are going to match the theme color that you chose for your page. So I chose yellow for this page, so you can see the emphasis is yellow. If I had stuck with the blue theme, so this was the blue theme, if I go to the emphasis, that is blue. The background would now be navy-ish blue. So it's just up to you what you want it to be. Like I said, I believe that the theme only applies to this page. I don't think that it'll change the theme for the entire website, but I will get back to you and let you know, so that way we don't have like 15 different colors showing up on the website. Yeah, happy editing. Sorry this video was so long.